Well, here's something that's a little bit different. I haven't really done a Rover video in ages, in quite some time. And this isn't the door card that is off the car. Don't worry about that. This is one I picked up. The card that's on the car is pretty rough, to be honest. And amazingly, I've managed to find a Prussian blue door card that's in a bit of a dirty, filthy state, but I think beneath the muck there might actually be something that's actually quite exciting here, because the one on my car is a bit shabby. It's ripped down the side. This vinyl's sort of torn, and it kind of lets the car down a little bit, really. This is intact. It's just been stored, so it's just sort of filthy. If we turn it over, it's the cardboard is fairly strong. It's actually got all the clips in place, whereas mine seems to have had them removed and then glued back on again. PVC, that's not going to be too hard to put back into place. And I think, you know what, with a bit of, I'm thinking of making some sort of metal brackets. I mean, that's still quite firm there. It's like sort of jelly-like on my car. But I was thinking, actually, if I make some metal sort of brackets, some sort of retainers for this, I could shape that so it's nice and solid and firm. But this is pretty good, really. Obviously, it's had all the furniture stripped off it, so it would need that to go back on again, but I think this has actually got the makings of a pretty nice door card. So I think first thing to do is gonna be to clean this up, and I've got a lovely vacuum cleaner, and that's what I'm gonna start with first. Right, so that's made something of an improvement there. I've got all the dead spiders off it and things. So just sort of, I don't know if that's like some sort of mould that's grown on it over time. But actually, the cleaning it up, it feels pretty, like I say, it still feels pretty solid. So what have I got here? Well, I've got myself a sponge, I've got myself some soapy water, something to wipe it down with afterwards. So I'm just going to get on and wash it down. That should be a good first, give it a good first pass.
Shaking the camera quite a lot.
It's quite therapeutic, just doing a line at a time. some of this white mould is pretty stuck on the door card. There's sort of some there. It's taken a lot of scrubbing to get rid of it. It's like this stuff here. So some elbow grease sort of got rid of it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to try using a toothbrush. And yeah, on those marks, much better. Try not to put too much soapiness on here. I don't really want to run the risk of it leaking through and making the cardboard weak on the other side. But yes, can confirm that the toothbrush works well. So, okay, right, well, you are watching someone clean a door card. You probably aren't really going to be too interested in watching me do the whole thing, so I'm going to stop the recording right here and I'm going to see you after I've actually been all the way over the vinyl. That's been a considerable improvement. I'll just pan around and you can see how that is. I can see what I'm working with now. I mean, it's got the odd little nick in it, but you know, given that on my card it's all ripped and tattered, I mean, that's pretty good. Still got these marks and splodges. I don't know whether I might replace the armrest with the one that's on the car. I think the one that's on the car seems to be a bit better, but some of these little dots, I mean, they kind of come out if I sort of scratch them off, so that'll be another process to go through. What I'm now going to do though, I'm going to vigorously go over the carpeted part like that, so I can get as much out of the carpet as I've actually done this bit here, and you can see it's coming up quite nicely. So you can watch me do that. There we go, and that's looking way better than it was. And whilst looking at the door card, the other thing as well, thinking about this strip here, and you know, the shiny sort of film that's put on it is somewhat cracked, so I might see if I can find some shiny tape maybe to recoat this with. I don't think it detaches though, which is a little bit problematic. So this is the vent for the demisting of the window, and when I turn this over, it is apparent that the glue has perished on here. Got these little sort of, I don't know what you might call these, some sort of little pop retainers on here. I don't know if it's going to be feasible or possible to release these. so this can come off. But you can see glue has actually separated from here, so that's how it would obviously try to seal. But if this came off, I could then clean inside it, so that might be something that's actually desirable. And I noticed that there's a crack, and that will... Was that crack? Was that glue? No, that's just glue. Okay, so that's not cracked. That's... Well, that's helpful. More glue there. No, it's all getting a bit perished, really. Little pop thing there to hold the vent on. That's snapped off. Oh, that's for the. That has a finisher and a screw on, doesn't it? On the door frame, part of that. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, this is not in bad nick, really. So what's quite exciting, it's got all the, I mean, these little plastic pieces, you can get these, you know, I've replaced them on my car anyway. There's one that will have to be replaced there, for example, but they're all in the right place. They haven't been cut off, which is it's always been a problem in the past with my door card. When nothing lines up, magic. For added cleaning, someone has suggested I use one of these Flash Magic erasers, and gosh, look what's coming off. So even having been over with the soap and sponge, way more's coming off, and extra cleaning. Right, so that's, I don't know, is that dead now? Started to rip, so I was using it. So I would attack the seal, not seal, I mean, what is this? It goes against the windscreen. The windscreen? No, the window. And I can't, I mean, the light's not very good, but running this bit of kitchen roll through it, so I run my finger through, you can just see the mark that is coming out of it. So I think it's a toothbrush job, and then drying off. I mean, looking at the mark, that's come out of that little crevice. I mean, this would have been what on the car for about 15 odd years maybe, and then taken off. So you know, it's like 15 years worth of grime. But oh, yeah, I mean that's coming up really nicely. Of course, I've got a massive pile of kitchen roll and a dead flash cleaner thing, and that old toothbrush isn't going in anyone's mouth anytime soon. But wow, yeah, that's a bit of a transformation. So the last thing I'm going to do is, I'm quite into auto glue products, so I'm going to slash some of this vinyl and rubber care all over it, give it a good rub down, and I think what I've got then is one nice clean door card ready for reinforcement. Right, well this looks flipping amazing now. Very pleased with that. Can really see what I've got to work with now, so that's going to need sort of folding over and retaining. Got some metal strips. I'm hoping to be able to sort of almost impregnate into the side of the door cards. Yeah, looking pretty good. Right, I'm going to see what I can do about this strip here, because I've got something in the garage, some tape, and maybe I can replace that. Let's have a look. Right, well, on closer inspection, I think after cleaning the door card, it's I'm quite expecting this to happen, but the chrome itself is just completely lifted and is coming away quite easily. So there's a little bit of residue there. So this will need to be re-chromed. And get that last bit off, I guess. But I have this stuff. It's like a bit naff, really. I don't know if it's the right shade. It's just some more silvery rather than chrome. But I'll see what happens. I mean, it comes with a squeegee to stick it on, get it into place. Yeah, I guess setbacks like this are always going to be par for the course. I mean, if the car's like 40 years old and this, I mean, well, it's like a 40-year-old piece of something, isn't it? I mean, it would have been in storage for God knows how long. So, was it left to the elements? I mean, who knows? Survived pretty well for a relatively low mileage car. All right, I've got it all off. Got it all off. Got that last bit off. So it's a little bit wet behind as well. On the various cleaning products. Do you know what? I mean, that's relatively clean itself, isn't it? I mean, that's what's under your chrome strips on the top of a door card. Of the wood there, that's going to get transferred from the car. Mine's a bit crazed and cracked. Maybe I might source some new ones. I have seen some videos though of people, videos. I've seen people re-lacquer these things. Or I could take them all off the car and send them off to a furniture polishers or something. But I think I might do a little test with that chrome strip that I've got and see what it might look like. So that's going to be coming up. The sticky properties of this is pretty rubbish, really. But effect isn't too bad. I think it's not quite big enough for the actual strip. Like I say, sticking properties are rubbish, so it's going to lift. When I test this, this is 10mm. I think 10mm might be a little bit on the short side, but what I could do is one layer could go underneath to cover the bottom part. And then the next, I could do another one on the top, which would then sort of work its way into that crack. And that would be achievable. And then what I could also do, if the sticking isn't very good, I could potentially Gorilla Glue it into place. Because you can, with Gorilla Glue, you get a brush. So you could just brush that into place. And then with the squeegee, could sort of get rid of any imperfections. Well, that's rubbish though, isn't it? So that's a possibility. No, that's rubbish. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to buy some more tape. I need some proper, I don't know, like 12 mil tape, 15 mil tape, something like that. Job for next time though. I'm going to call it a day at this point. Edit and upload this video. So I'll see you hopefully next weekend. Cheerio, bye.